Hello, Douglas Gray here. Within this project, I was tasked with two key points. The first one was cross-referencing media sources and finding similarities and differences between the sources. The form which I chose was Fox News, CNN, Forbes magazine, and the National Review. Some key points that I found similar was that even though there have been many scientific and medical advances with several efforts in providing education and awareness to HIV and AIDS, there have been many issues to the budget, which has caused 6 members of PACHA, which was founded by Bill Clinton in 1995 to provide information and ideas to the Secretary of the Office of HIV and AIDS Infectious Diseases Policy, have resigned. These members resigned because they felt that the current administration wasn't doing anything actually to help. And with all the budget cuts, they felt like the importance of the bills already enacted was no longer important to the current administration. A former member by the name of Scott Schultz states that the current plan will undermine any work done by the previous 5 presidents, the 5 which are Ronald Reagan, who is known for bringing awareness to the people through the report written by the Surgeon General C. Everett Koop to explain the known facts about HIV and AIDS. By the time the report was finally written, around 20,000 American citizens had perished to the disease, including people known by the president himself. George Henry Walker Bush enacted the Ryan White Care Act of 1990 to provide services, education, and treatment to sufferers who had the disease and had limited access to needed medical care. He also enacted the Americans with Disabilities Act, which prevented any discrimination against sufferers of HIV and AIDS. Bill Clinton, as I stated, came up with PACHA and also expanded a worldwide push for the Ryan White Foundation. George Bush, son of George H.W. Bush, established PEPFAR, which was designed to work on a global scale and provide even more worldwide awareness and aid. Barack Obama tied it all together by becoming focused on the domestic core for HIV and AIDS prevention. He also lifted a travel ban placed previously to keep anyone from coming to the country who was diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. These people were now allowed in, along with the push on clinical trials for medications such as PrEP. PrEP is designed to stabilize the passing of the disease. If you're healthy, the chances of you getting it are very low. If you have it in your own PrEP, the chances of it being of you passing it on are very low. It's designed to keep the healthy and the sick healthy and from passing the disease on. I know people personally who are on PrEP. Another member of PACHA by the name of Lucy Bradley Springer said the Trump administration could not account for the aid that was needed, which brings the struggle down to a Senate bill that is designed for a situation as such. The global cost is 18% reduction to PEPFAR, which a million people will be at risk of the disease. The budget cuts, not global cost. My apologies. The current President Donald Trump plans on cutting funding to the budget originally enacted by the Bush administration that provided aid to some 14 million sufferers of the virus worldwide. In an interview, he humbly gave credit to those who originally came up with the original plans. However, he calls for a $1.35 billion cut from the current global plan. However, he is going to focus $291 million to the budget for the national level. Along with that, $140 million directed to work with local health departments to bring awareness. Some of this doesn't make sense to me, however, because Trump is trying to cut places that help, like Planned Parenthood, and all that provide sources for medication and such, like PrEP. He is also putting forth $120 million to the Ryan White Foundation, which is, as I stated, a program that has helped some 500,000 American citizens suffering from the disease. Yet, people, in other words, the Democrats, have argued that this takes away much needed support for sufferers of HIV and AIDS by cutting programs like Medicaid, which is a government program that has provided several patients with much needed treatments, along with cutting the programs and also cuts to programs to provide support for housing and families of people who have HIV and AIDS. CNN also stated that the union addressed that stated in the State of the Union address that Trump had stated a plan to eliminate the transmission of HIV by 2030 and had a 5-year plan. However, the presidential terms only last 4 years, so I don't know how that would actually work. And